Alrighty, welcome back everybody here for a final stream on the UltraLight Ascension Marvel Rivals competition. We have gone through quals yesterday, quarters earlier, semis most recently, and we are here for the grand finals. I'm Colonel back once again, joined again by Spaz. How's it going? How much are you looking forward to this final BO5?
I am really looking forward to this, Colonel. I think we have two good teams here. Of course, the fan favorite Nucleic, just because of the pure, sheer demolishing power they showed that last game. I'm rooting for the underdog. I like XoXo, and I'm a fan of the Jeff. So, I gotta pick the Jeff.
Definitely will be interesting to see a lot of very solid players in this lobby across both sides. As XoXo, despite not having any GMs, at least from what I'm seeing here, still been able to put up monstrous performance against some fantastic teams. They took down the Experiment in the semifinals, not Luna Snow Bunnies. They took down Chaos in their quarterfinal, and they are once again reaching up towards that side of Team Nucleic. A couple of GMs, some diamonds, a plat, another solid team over there, and they have gone through UltraLight, the team that beat LG with 3 GMs, and they have also taken down TheRivalTuah. So they have so far only beaten teams with Tua in their team name. I'm not sure if that's maybe symbolic of something. I suppose you'd have to get an English teacher on that. But for the moment, heading towards finals, anything you're expecting?
I'm definitely expecting to see DK and Deadlock work together like they did in the last match. Definitely with the Moon Knight from DK was monstrous with him just getting those AoEs and pulling off those well-timed ults, as well as Deadlock just being in the back, saving his ult on Punisher and just kind of being like a stationary turret of I'm defending this point with my life and I will die here. So, and then on the other side with XoXo, I'm ready to see Millie start getting a lot of kills again, as well as White Magic. Those two were pretty much leading in the DPS charts, and I think that those two combined against DK and Deadlock are going to be nice. But you also have people in the background like Tiny and Looney that are also going to be those little sidewinders that are going to change the game up a little bit.
And yeah, it is definitely going to be a good one to see. Looking at our maps specifically, map 1, we're starting Hell's Heaven on Hydra. Map 2, we're going to Hall of Dajalia in Wakanda. Map 3, and can potentially be the final map in case of a sweep, we're going over to the Empire of Eternal Knights Midtown. Map 4, Burning T'Challa on Wakanda. And if we make it all the way, Symbiotic Surface on Clintar. But for the moment, map 1, Hell's Heaven on Hydra. Anything that you are specifically expecting for this map when it comes towards selective banning, guarding, picking?
Well, like we saw in the last match, they started this off, and Nucleic started off with a Magneto and a Spider-Man combo. And even though they don't match up, they were demolishing them with that matchup. Spider-Man swooping in, getting them weak. Magneto taking all the front force, and the rest of Nucleic just taking them on. So I do think a Spider-Man ban is going to happen, just because, of course, EXO, they were probably watching the match, and they're going to be like, that was the main two keys of how Nucleic won that map. Now, of course, they have other pocket picks, but I do think that's going to be the bans that we might see starting off.
Yeah, we are getting things on underway as map 1, Hell's Heaven in the Hydra Charteris base domination, as we get things underway for game 1 here in the finals. Again, best of 5, first to 3, however you want to put it. Getting things ready for bans as always with XoXo, hovering the full Jeffrey composition, as 6 Jeffreys as always would beat any composition, and as you predicted, it is going to be Tiny Creeper Spider-Man banned away from them. We'll see if they can have the foresight to ban away all 6 of their Jeffreys, or what they're going to alter their ban over toward.
You gotta love the Jeffrey ban. A Luna ban coming off. That is also another power pick from XoXo that they did use good against their fight against good old Chaos earlier this morning. And of course, you have the Bucky ban. DK did a great job as Bucky, getting those a lot of kills, and so did Deadlock. They were switching him back and forth. And then you have the Cloak and Dagger saved as well. So I do think those are two great saves for both teams. It's evenly matched, and I do think we're going to see some cool plays today.
As the second round of bans on their way in, it's going to be a Rocket Raccoon for the first one, as we'll see what joins it as they thin the pool of, I suppose, consistent high power characters, and it is going to go ahead and be the Hulk joining that list. So no Gamma coming out in game number 1. Obviously, Strange and Iron Man have both made a couple of appearances, Strange more so, but even then we will still see some Strange coming out, as we see the side of the Team Nucleic running out a pretty standard 1-3-2 Magneto solo tank with Bucky, Black Panther, Magic, getting that nice synergy there, with a Loki and Cloak and Dagger on the other hand. As no, they're hovering around, as they are going to make a little bit of a change there in the final moments. They're going Scarlet Witch Magic with solo healing Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing. And don't forget, we got Tiny on the Black Panther again. He was detrimental on that last map against UltraLight. He was able to get so many flanks and so many picks. I do think in a map like this, though it does have a lot of space, he will still be able to get around and get those flanks again. So they need to be on team XoXo, they need to be watching out for him. He is going to be slippery. He's going to be climbing on walls, getting on their flank. And it does look like we're going to get a Wolverine for Chris.
Yeah, they are altering to deciding to step off of that Scarlet Witch over to no, they're bouncing around. They don't want us to know what they're going. They're going back to Loki, so it will be the standard composition. On the other side, haven't made many changes. They're still running with the same. It's going to be a Mantis to open, joining with a Black Panther and a Psylocke. So they're also getting a little bit of value out of that team up as well. And they're going to be joined Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger in a group.
Yeah, and of course we have Gag on top of the point right now, taking on 2-on-1 with Crisp, and Tiny goes down by White Magic. Wasn't able to get that flank off, sadly. It's going to be a little detrimental going into a 5v6 match for the point.
Yeah, tried to make a play on a side room, ends up just getting DPS down. Millie takes down DKO, so the Magic is going to go down there. Already making that change over to the Moon Knight, abandoning that team up there, but picking up a different one with that Cloak and Dagger synergy. As we will see them continue on. White Magic and Millie both picking up a kill onto the back line. As we see Team Nucleic refine their comp out to what they want to do, what they want to try and change off toward, as 20% already picked up by Team XoXo.
Man, this is definitely not how most people started off. They were like, wow, XoXo already at 20% starting this off. Now, of course, Nucleic, they may be just feeling them out. They're like, man, let's see how these guys play for a little bit, see what their tactics are. Let's group up and let's attack them all at once. So we see the Magneto starting to come out, and they're going to try to go for a push on the point.
Yeah, we will see the Black Panther on the back line. Millie trying to find a round, get some value, but the Loki holding everything up with the regeneration domain. Nobody going down in his vicinity. As for the moment, Millie on the back line. Groot ult comes out, hits 3. DPS coming in, they're stacking it up. Gaga to take down DKO. Moon Knight goes down. Cloak and Dagger ult coming out on top of it. Eternal Bond buying some healing time as Smiles and Crisp take the same exact route with the Loki ult there. So there is an extreme amount of Cloak and Dagger healing on the point, but Monday comes out with his own Psylocke ult. Now it's going to be the Bucky ult coming out from Deadlock as White Magic takes 1, takes 2. Deadlock and Smiles go down. Regen domain to try and keep everybody alive in favor of Crisp's Loki as White Magic harassing on the back line. Gag takes down Heroish. Magneto goes down. Creeper and Crisp both 1 HP. One goes down. Creeper in a corner, stacking it out on the Groot is going to go down now. And XoXo, 80% ult advantage. Things are going very well for them to open up this BO5.
Man, you gotta give some credit to their support. They are keeping them alive in this match right now, especially Lenny going in and just basically getting in the brunt force of it and being like, I don't care if you hit me, I'm gonna heal my teammates and make sure they stay alive to get you back.
As 95% now. They have to touch, which shouldn't be too hard a task. Groot trying to stop them, but not going to get much. Bass comes out, takes down DKO. He uses the Hand of Conscience before dying, but finds very little. Heroish now looking ahead with the Magneto Ball. Takes down 2. Supports on the back line have been demolished. Mantis, Invisible Woman go down. Millie goes down on the Black Panther. Smiles traded back, but Monday falls instead. White Magic down as well. It's a 5, a 6 for 1, as they do have to burn 2 ults to make the play happen. They get 2 back in exchange, and now we see Team Nucleic, their first objective possession of the game, and we'll see how far they can go on a reverse sweep here in point 1.
Yeah, I think that was a great play by them. They waited to the last second to when they know, okay, they're going to be bunched up. That's when we're going to get the most AoE, especially in those last minutes because everybody wants to try to keep the point. So right now, what they need to do is keep picking them off. Find the squishy people and get them taken out.
Black Panther looking for a flank now. It's going to be the big ult coming out as the strangling vines come in. Deadlock goes down almost immediately. Eternal Bond from the Cloak and Dagger trying to keep everybody alive, and for Wall on the point, it certainly does a good job of it. Is Heroish going to take it down Groot with the left click, gets a nice hit there. Now dances the butterfly on the backside of the fight. Psylocke looking for whatever they can. Smiles goes down to it. Not going to be able to keep themselves alive. Tiny Creeper, low HP on the Wolverine as they're trying to buy the time. White Magic goes down. Heroish, another pick here in this fight. 50% and the ult advantage. Last stand available for Wolverine as Millie trying to find a play while backing away. Will be able to get out safely as a second ult almost online for Nucleic. Cloak and Dagger for the opposite.
Yeah, and Crisp just staying back, getting those little hits, but also giving the support that he needs to do for the team, as well as DK giving that physical pressure. Oh my gosh!
Big ult now coming out. Cloak and Dagger on the side of XoXo, putting it all over the point, trying to hold the fort down, but Smiles has his own to counter it with, as everybody staying alive on point right now in favor of the Cloak and Dagger ults. Deadlock, though, has the Kraken impact. Have to keep an eye out for it. Here it goes, armed and dangerous on the back line. Mantis going to drop the ult over on top of it. Soul Resurgence keeping everybody alive in the moment as Monday gets the kill onto Deadlock. Smiles goes down as well. Now it's 6v4, 6v3 as Crisp drops. Now Heroish on point, trying to take everything up. Tiny Creeper, Wolverine jumping out as Heroish goes down. 99-99, but it looks awful for Nucleic here. 1v6 Wolverine has to make something happen to try and stall the match out, but he has 1 HP. Monday gonna pick up the kill in the form of Dagger, and that will be a 100-99 maximum scoring round, but at the end of the day, it is gonna go over to the XoXo crew.
Yeah, that was great execution. They were able to pop off the ults at the right time. They stuck as a group. They executed without any hesitation. When they had their plan, they went in. And I honestly think that that's kind of a wake-up call for Nucleic. From coming from a 3-0 sweep to losing the very first round of the first map, it's like, okay, these guys are here to play. We need to start bringing our A game and start thinking outside the box of how to beat these people, especially when you have 4 ults ready to go versus 2. So now they have the advantage for this next point. Let's see how Nucleic will go into this with the 4 ults.
Yeah, they do certainly have a nice advantage on that front. For the opposition, it isn't looking all grim, as actually they're going to opt Tiny over toward the Storm, so going to drop away that 1 ult to try and fix or alter their composition, but it is going to be worth noting, still do have 3 ults to go for this fight.
Yeah, going to the Storm, getting the AoE, and of course the Aerial, getting up in the sky and not being on the ground to divert their attention and make them look up is going to make them get hit by their teammates. So I think Tiny going to Storm is going to be a very nice play for this round, but we will see as we get into the fight.
Nice. Really nice grab there as the Bionic Hook comes out for Winter Soldier, gets a pick. White Magic goes down instantly as, unfortunately, the rest of the fight goes the complete opposite. It goes horribly for them. Some ults get stacked on top of each other, and it just does not function for them. And despite a double support ult, it just is not going to work out for the side of Nucleic.
Yeah, that was a great plan to just push them. They knew that they had the ults, so like, all right, let's make them pop the ults, and then we'll just pop their life. So the thing is, they just made them use all those ults up. Now, of course, Storm's at 88%. If that Storm ult goes off and they have low HP, they definitely could see a big casualty going into this.
Millie does a little bit of dashing around as the fight beginning to break out once again. 94% on that Storm ult. As you mentioned, Black Panther on the back line. Millie, good harassment. Takes down Smiles. Takes down DKO. It's a double kill on the back line. And while they do have a Loki, losing your 2 healers early does not bode well. Heroish, Creeper, Deadlock, Crisp all join the dead pool, as we will see the team white borderline coming out here for the side of XoXo, all at the hands of Millie's Black Panther, picking off 2 supports early.
Man, the Black Panther is the #1 flanker. You're able to climb, you're able to jump high, you can get into spaces that most people don't see. So Millie taking these flanks and targeting the healers is detrimental, because you have people like Magneto and Deadlock, this character, Bucky. They need the heals whenever they're going into these fights, because they're going to get melted down really quick.
Magneto ult comes out now, trying to counter the Cloak and Dagger, and while it won't get the kill, it will force a little bit of pressure here as DKO rests himself. Tiny creep for Hurricanes the backline. Adam Warlock, no ultimate to work with yet, but is still in the fight for the moment. Deadlock, Kraken, Impact is available. We could see it come out here when this Thor gets low HP, but now going to be dangerous. They have to go out of vision. Psylocke drops the ultimate, and it's looking worse and worse here for the side of Nucleic. 99% to 0. Now Kraken Impact comes out on the backline as Cloak and Dagger are going to get them out to safety for the moment, trying to stay on time, but Monday not going to go down before the Kraken Impact goes away, so not going to get executed at all as the Cloak and Dagger Eternal Bond for the side of Nucleic covers around the point. Deadlock moving over, will find the way to pick off Rick Frack on the side as he tries to regroup with his team, but pushing pressure, White Magic and Gag to get him down once more as Hero Wish pushing in. Bass comes out 1-2 as Millie goes huge again, kills 2 supports. The round is won, the map is won, and it's a nice early 1-0 series lead for XoXo.
Man, you gotta be stopping to think like, man, am I getting too aggressive? Deadlock just pushing past enemy lines, going for the 1v1, but then getting stuck into a 1v3. And you would think like before he was staying with his team, maybe he was just trying to get a play that like to change the tide and divert the attention, but it.
As, yeah, MVP goes over to Gag, mainly on his Thor there at the end. 22-2 with 12 final hits, 14 bags of damage, 19,000 blocked. So really monstrous performance there by the tank over for XoXo. Obviously, no discredit to the others. Millie, White Magic able to put on quite a performance on the DPS roles themselves. And of course, the healers, Frick Frack, Monday, Looney, helping keep everybody alive, are going to all unite up. Game 1 in their hand. As what do you think Nucleic have to do? As, oh, maybe a little bit of technical difficulties. Oh, you back Spaz. Oh, no technical difficulties have ever happened in a live stream Discord call.
Sorry about that. I had a little bit.
Yeah, welcome
back. Hello there.
Alrighty, there we go. Game 1 in the books. Spaz rejoined as well. So how are you feeling coming out of that game? What do you think Team Nucleic have to do to get back into it?
I think they definitely need to make sure that they are not over pushing. We saw DK and DK and Deadlock over pushing onto the opposing side, and I think they were trying to get picks, which was a right play. They were going after the right people, but with XoXo, they're all next to each other. So whenever you're going for a 1v1, you're going to be going to a 1v4 eventually if you don't kill them fast. And I think that's what Millie had the advantage of, because while Deadlock and DK were going up into the front lines, she was sneaking around to the back and was able to pick off their healers, which would lead to the team wipe for Nucleic.
As yeah, definitely went very well. Millie has been popping off on the Black Panther all throughout the competition, and it will be an advantage in their favor for the moment. 1-0 lead for them as we look forward. Map number 2, we're heading over the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. We're heading to the Hall of Dajalia. Anything you are expecting in when it comes to specifically this map?
Well, for this map, like always, it has a lot of space, so I think we're going to be seeing some Iron Mans, probably some Doctor Strange if he doesn't get banned. He has been one of the most banned heroes throughout these matches today. If Spider-Man doesn't get banned, I could see him being used as well, probably going for a Spider-Man, Venom, and Penny Parker. Also a very underrated tank that we haven't seen a whole lot, but she is always, with her Spider-Bots, has been like pretty much winning fights for their teams that has been using her. So I think that is going to be the main one. It's going to be a long range and a aerial flight on this, with all the open space and being able to move so much. And we might also see a Black Widow, maybe some long range Hawkeye. And being able to get the long range without having to be on the point and still being on the offensive is going to be detrimental for either team.
As yeah, definitely going to be interesting as we move on forward. But a minute till we get into this match. Obviously, considering last game, can expect a couple of things to stay quite similar to how they were last round. But anything you expect when it comes to bans, protects, or picks?
I do think we're going to see a Black Panther ban, but I don't really think he's going to be that versatile in this because of all the open space he'll be found easily to whoever's playing him. So I do think that that might be banned. We might also see a Magneto ban on this just because this one's going to be very nice for him to have, of course, the range. He's got the range to be able to be precise on this. But we could see an Iron Man ban. And of course, for any supports, maybe Luna. Luna might get banned. She's pretty strong on the healing side.
Yeah, we are making our way in game number 2 here in the grand finals. Best of 5, 1-0 lead again for Team XoXo as we are making our way in, and we're going to get our first round of bans going. I know we've got a couple ideas what it could be. Obviously, we saw the Luna Snow band last game. Black Panther always an option considering its presence in the previous times, but it will be up to the teams to finally decide when they're going to pick 6 Jeffreys.
I would love to see 6 Jeffs. I'm hashtag Team Jeff all the way. I love that little shark with my heart.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to hold on to some similar bans as compared to last game. Oh, the Spider-Man is the same away from Tiny Creeper, but the Black Panther is going to get it banned away. Millie, no more access to it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be too detrimental for either team. I think they have a lot of picks. You still have the Moon Knight for the range. You still have Black Widow still on the board. I do think we're probably going to see a save probably for Tiny. Or no, we got the Luna. So yeah, they're going to save the Luna because that was probably going to be the next ban. That's who I would ban, to be honest.
Yeah, so most certainly going to see it via side of Nucleic with a Luna for the majority of this game, which brings interesting draft theory for future rounds. But regardless, Luna Snow finds her way into the game. We'll see what the other protect is. I can't imagine you need to protect the Winter Soldier considering its presence in both comps, so they are going to look over to the Cloak and Dagger. I think if you want to play Cloak and Dagger, I really like the Magneto ban. We've seen Heroish on the Magneto. We know he can hit those Cloak and Dagger ults, so I definitely would support the Magneto ban, but also a couple of other options here you can take away from Nucleic, and they are going to just take away the Winter Soldier, not only from the enemy team, but themselves.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. On a map recently, I don't know which 2 teams, but Bucky was able to get in that little corridor and basically team wipe. So I think with his ability being gone, of course it's it's more of a long range map, but being without Bucky is going to be a little bit less stressful. And there is a Thor ban, probably more for the AoE, since it's going to be, they're going to want to try to get as much damage in the most area of the space. And we do see DK and Deadlock hovering over Punisher and Moon Knight. DK had a phenomenal game on this map with Moon Knight and was able to get many, many ults. And I think he's trying to do the same thing again. And the thing that XoXo need to make sure they do is don't group up in certain areas. Like whenever you're going through a hallway, make sure you have a few spacings between each other, because that's how DK was getting a lot of kills. He was almost in a 50 bomb in that match.
Yeah, definitely have had some very high killing tallies. As another one that I remember a little bit in that semi, Deadlock's Punisher coming out. I know you mentioned a little bit, but definitely going to be pretty scary once he decides where he wants to get set up and has his team with him.
Yeah, Deadlock, he's always able to find the best spots to be able to hold the site or hold an angle to make sure that, okay, I'm basically going to sit here and I have angles to my left and right, and my team has to my front and behind, and I'm covered. And if I have to retreat, I'll retreat. As he's done before, he is repositioned, and there's great vantage points because of all the edges. Heck, if all it takes is one person to get on one ledge, and you can pretty much see the whole battlefield.
Yeah, we'll see if they want to come out with a Doctor Strange portal. Indeed, they are. Not sure how well this will work out, but Gag is going to set it up likely right behind Deadlock. We'll see how quickly they can kill him if they go for this play, as they send it a little bit further back, which is very dangerous here. Deadlock trying to tank up everything. Now he's going to get back Magneto Bubble, going to keep him safe for the moment. Group trying to split them up on the high ground. White Magic very low, dashing back over to his healers. They'll get healed up. Group Wall comes up as Hawkeye and Strange looking to hold the front line here together. As Hawkeye looking for a shot. Millie needing to get a big headshot here to be very nice for the team. Psylocke jumping up over toward the Namor. Pressure onto the point is Doctor Strange, putting a bit of pressure on and just forcing them to address him being on point. Deadlock jumped up top with the shotgun, but wasn't able to get much going. White Magic and Namor continue their duel on the flank, but now the call comes out. Deadlock is targeted. Monday's gonna get traded for it. Goes 1-for-1 as Gag kites forward, getting a lot of healing. Groot gonna get nuked away. Rocket not able to keep him, or the Cloak Dagger now not gonna be able to keep them up, as it will be Heroish taking down Millie on the Hawkeye. Chris going into hidden safety. White Magic goes down to the Namor creatures. Gag taking a ton of damage to them, and Namor turrets are destroying the back line on the remaining players here, and it will be a nice hold for the defenders.
Yeah, they were able to withstand that attack. That portal from behind was a great push because they knew Deadlock was going to be staged up on that cliff, and they were like, let's try to take him out first, but sadly it didn't work out. Even though it was a great plan, it just wasn't executed.
As, yeah, Psylocke has a potential angle here to try and get some good damage on Deadlock if they go from above. They know the dash is on the way, but they will simply back away. The turret's down anyways, so not the biggest deal in the world. As DKO tries to find the pick onto Doctor Strange, but he sends himself to the high ground. White Magic goes into hiding. Cloak and Dagger roll. Eternal Bond now coming out, trying to keep everybody safe. Agamotto now stacking onto it. Groot gonna get targeted, but not taking any damage afterward. Cloak and Dagger roll doing a good job of keeping people alive. Not sure if it's the best Strange ult ever, but we will see backline now as the Luna Snow ult comes out in defense in response to the Psylocke ult. Mantis ult now getting stacked out as the final judgment dropped by the Punisher, trying to kite forward. Invisible barrier as they try and get everything, but nice by Heroish. Finds the Invisible Woman, cancels the ults, gets the pick as he will trade himself out and go down, but shut away that Invisible Woman life as Punisher now on the high ground looking for anything that he can, trying to get a kill over there with the shotgun, but not going to get much going as Namor ults in, gets down 2 healers onto the ground. Monday gets taken down, Frick Frack as well. Punisher on the back line kills 3 with the shotgun. Massive bit of value there coming out of the Deliverance shotgun. Very good work there by Deadlock as once again they defend. 70 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Deadlock using the maneuverability of his grapple to not only move around, but to always keep the enemy looking around and not at his teammates. Because of that, he had 3 of them walked onto him, and the team was able to pick off the other 2, and he was able to finish off the other 3. And now he's going to set up shop and be like, all right, time to go hunting. Who am I shooting? And where at?
As we'll see how it stacks up as now for the moment. Mantis trying to hold on to an aggressive angle, looking to go around the backside, anybody to target, as they will stay Groot up for the moment. Groot comes out, nice ult there, DKO takes 1, Deadlock sprays into it, 2, 3, Heroish finds 4, and it's left to Cloak and Dagger to run away after the Strange goes down. 23 seconds on the clock. They might have time for a Strange portal, but with Monday getting picked away, they certainly are bleeding their clock out. As if Strange has a portal, I'd expect them to use it, but they are running. No, he is setting it up now. They turn back. 10 seconds on the clock. They have to take the portal and get on point. 5, 4, 3. They get on point now. Cloak and Dagger roll stacking out. Eternal Bond on the ground, keeping everybody healed up. Wolverine targeting onto the Magneto. It is Mono's tank for the moment. Here is Groot on the side. He will get back into it now, trying to hold the walls out. Again, both Cloak and Dagger holding people out now. The Butterfly ult comes out from the Psylocke. Massive Agamotto coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4 stuns, and the attackers are certainly going to get a tick here. Namor comes out. 1 taps the Mantis, but is taken down by the Psylocke. There's 3 on point. They get 1 tick, they get 2 ticks, and with the opposition completely team wiped, they'll get forward respawns, but they are certainly going to buy themselves 2.5 more minutes of time.
And that was a great execute. Though it was tight on the time, they knew they had to make a play, and they knew it was either all or nothing. They put their chips all on black, and they got the roulette hit.
As it will keep in mind going forward, the current ult charge as Smiles, Deadlock both holding on to theirs. Magneto a moment away. Mantis, Wolverine both with an Invisible Woman about 2/3 in. Groot on the opposition holding that same mark. As already nearly about halfway to this first point, as they aren't contested at the top of the hill. Heroish holding down the front line on the Magneto. Groot kind of up on a wall. Final Judgment comes out with the last stand. Now going to slow 1 tap Chris. Luna Snow coming out to try and keep Deadlock alive as DKO going to tank up the Wolverine dash. Deadlock targeted heavily on the background, but he can't kill anybody. He's spraying in, but he just doesn't do the damage right now, and he can't close anybody out. The Strange Shield holding them safely. Magneto comes out, keep himself alive, targeting backline, takes 1 down. Monday gonna fall to the Gronk. Heroish now going to get traded out for it. The rest of the defensive side of Nucleic here going to regroup. Drew ult grabs 3, but the Strange ult holding them in. A nice wall behind will stack on. They go for 1, 2, 3, and 4 as they get a nice clean to that fight and are able to push the cart back a little bit here. 70 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, still a lot of time. You're already almost halfway. It's time to regroup and reconvene. You can see they got the Squirrel Girl out for White Magic. I say they're probably going to try to get a good push, try to reclaim the point, and try to get just a little bit more and just start inching their way forward with 50 seconds left on the clock.
We will see this next push coming in as the Invisible Woman has ult White Magic over to the Squirrel Girl. Monday gets the Cloak and Dagger ult. Well, double Eternal Bonds are available. The first one's going to come out. Chris going to counter his with their own, as it will see everybody realistically standing on point, taking minimal damage, healing up just as much. But Millie, last stand on the backline, takes down Smile. Luna Snow going to go down. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami stacking in. DKO takes 5 hits in a row. Namor ult comes out. Will not stun anyone, and it will be dangerous here. 15 seconds on the clock, but once again, the XoXo team are pushing in. They're going to try and get this checkpoint. 7 seconds on clock. They won't even get forced to overtime this time. With 4 seconds, they're going to add another 90 as they try and force their third point.
Again, XoXo taking the time to regroup and to execute their plays. And Millie in the background going after these healers is just helping them in these gunfights, because if they can't heal, they're not going to be able to withstand these long fights, because of course it's a brawling match. These teams are going at it full force.
As Luna Snow ult stacked on, Groot ult's coming in now. Everybody trying to stay alive. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami once again stacking in here. Ult after ult after ult being dumped into this fight. They finally take down DKO and Heroish as the front line of Nucleic completely collapses. Wolverine jumping in. Millie trying to look for anything he can, but ends up getting more damage taken than dealt. White Magic able to take down Smiles. The Luna Snow goes down. 45 seconds halfway into the point. Last stand onto the back line, trying to make the play onto the Cloak and Dagger. Millie will be able to take down the one. Taking on the next now. Deadlock is going to go down as well. A nice double kill for Millie into the BP. This time on the Wolverine. Now diving over. Namor goes down. Heroish Magneto has to shield himself. Still goes down. 30 seconds left as they try and force it. They really want to get the triple tap before they hit that 0 on clock. Root Wall's coming up. They're just trying to buy time as the rest of the team pushes it in. Only 10 or so more meters. Root Walls come up, but no Eternal Bond over to the point. Cloak and Dagger's buying as much time as they can. Everybody on point getting healed up. They really want to stall that 10 more seconds as if they can't stop it, but either way, they're going to hold onto it. Magneto ult comes in now, targeting onto the backline. Not going to get any kills. A couple players quite low, though, as ult stacking out. They do get them to overtime as DKO takes down 2. The defenders looking pretty solid here, as it will be another one. Millie goes down, trying to make a dive on the backline. Was the Hand of Khonshu stacks in. Final Judgment, and they will stop the push just by the 5-meter marker, as after a bit of an unfortunate sequence of events at the end of rounds, finally in overtime, they're able to make their stop here. 2-0, 120.8.
Yeah, and that was still a great push by XoXo. They basically got it all the way to the point. So now we're looking at Nucleic. You either got to get it there at this point, or you're going to be barely. It's going to come down to the decimal point if they don't get it. It's going to come down to either you get it in or you get that 1 foot past him in that distance. That's all it's going to come down to. And I definitely think the team comps are going to be. We're going to be seeing a lot more team ups for this last fight of this map.
As, yeah, we'll see what they shift over to. Still a couple of interesting holds. Tiny Creeper over to the Iron Man, Gamma Man coming out here. They were on the Storm, which is what I was going to note, but the Iron Man Hulk coming out here for round 2 on the attack.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to get as much damage out and try to get that early lane pressure to be able to get the point. That's the main goal. Get to the point fast. Because, of course, the time at the end, that's not going to really matter as much because they have 0 seconds. So you have all the time in this match to go. Now, if it goes to overtime, you're going to want to try to have at least a few seconds to have a little bit of extra time to get as much feet. But right now, the main goal is get to the point, claim it, and off to the races. Start marching down the street.
Yeah, they have to get the basically triple cap here, so anything they can get as early as possible is going to help them out greatly, as the strange portal on the backside, Heroish setting up with his team. They're making their way in now as they do once again take the high ground. We'll see what they end up going for when it comes to the fight. They have a bit of a high ground here, which is fortunate for them, as Gamma Man spraying on with the right-click Unibeam as it's doing absurd damage, but he is going to get taken down. Drew gonna get that kill there, 65. Now Deadlock gonna be in the turret, get taken down by Millie in the turret. White Magic takes down Tristan while they trade that quick frag. They continue to drop down. Hero Wish goes down. Hulk is bruised. DKO Bruce goes down. And it's a nice defense here and a very, very quick fight win. Only 45 seconds. Smiles throws himself off the edge of the map. And it will be a quick reset opportunity for the attackers. Only about a minute cycle.
Yeah, it was a great play with the Strange, but XoXo, they did that at the beginning, so of course they're going to be prepared. They had the rocket there with the boost ready to go in case they did, and of course they pretty much pre-planned it. They knew that they would probably try something either quick, fast-paced, or flank, and they were able to read it.
As for the moment, pushing on in through this side room. Very dangerous as some ults starting to come on a line here. Punisher at about 90% on Millie's side as Deadlock in the turret will get the kill this time onto Millie. Up high now is Rocket Raccoon looking for something as Millie on top high ground trying to spray in. That's now final judgment from high ground. Wolverine tries to get up there but he can't quite make it. Millie gonna get the kill onto DKO, but it's now the bond coming out. Eternal bond from the Cloak and Daggers, both of them stacking on top of each other. Crisp trying to stay alive, but the team goes down. They just couldn't make it to the Cloak and Dagger roll. They get burned away. Tsunami kills Crisp. Final Judgment holds the front line, and Nucleic are struggling here.
Man, you just got to give them credit. They're constantly moving where they're having everybody at. Millie's going back and forth from the edges and making sure that they are looking at both angles from different pushes each time. That way, they're not always in the same spot. So then the team isn't always ready to take on the same fight again. And here we go. Rebound again with the turret. Time to light them up, but it is taken down quick.
Will now be Luna ult coming out. Groot out on the back line. Millie and Luna both go down. Groot goes down to the final judgment. Deadlock gets another in the form of Brick Frack. It's a 4-for-0. Nucleic finally going to get their point. There are still two lurking in the area, but Cloak and Squirrel Girl borderline forced to back away. Nothing they can do in the 2v6. It will be the point grabbed. A minute 15 on the clock, so still sooner. 3:45 now to get that second one.
Yep, and now you have 3:40 on the clock. It's just time to run for the races. Get to the end and try to at least beat them from 120.88.
Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami comes back out by White Magic as Gag able to take it down. A DKO. Now a lot of danger here as they continue to push forward. Doctor Strange in a bit of danger to the side of Heroish. Wolverine gonna re-pull Gag in, trying to get that one tap off, but he's just getting too much healing. He's able to get back far enough to get to safety, put his shield up as Deadlock and DKO on the top side now looking for aggression now. Crisp with the Luna or the Cloak and Dagger ult, dropping it down now, diving in, last stand backline, trying to kill two. Wolverine just barely can't get it to Luna ult, a little bit too quick. Now it's gonna be the final judgment coming out. Millie looking for as much damage as he can, targeting anyone he can see. Crisp able to send themselves invisible as Millie trying to turn the corner. Gag takes down Deadlock, but it will be one with the ult as well. Millie gets one. Now Agamotto on the back line. Zeroish gonna grab two. Millie goes down. Looney's stunned, but it trades out for Tiny Creeper as it will be the 2-for-1 that Agamotto does hit true, but the rest of the team not really back yet. They took that last fight, and despite the Doctor Strange ult itself not being bad, the situation and context it was used in kind of ends up leading to it being wasted.
Yeah, without them being able to regroup on that detrimental 2 kills, I think it's going to put them pretty much put them backwards a few meters, which really is going to be detrimental. With 2 minutes coming on the clock in the next 10 seconds, I think they're going to need to have another execute here, or they're going to be having to really push this in soon, because it's going to take at least 20 seconds to get an execute off.
Yeah, they fortunately have quite a bit of time on the clock. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami comes out for one. Ludus Snow ult now stacks in. Hero is still going to go down, though, not able to get over. Deadlock trades out from the Squirrel Girl, but is revived by the Battle Respawn Beacon, as there is a continued distancing here, as the attacking side of Team Nucleic continue to struggle as Deadlock stuck hiding behind a pillar, getting healing. The rest of the team are regrouped now as Millie aggressively plays with the turret. It will get bled away. Dr. Strange pushing Deadlock. Not going to be able to get a ton going. Agamotto comes out, hits 5! Massive ult by Gag. Millie gets 1, Millie gets 2, Millie gets 3. Heroish is low. Millie gets 4. Quadra kill, final hits, all for the Punisher. Gag takes DKOs, and the Mantis, or the Cloak and Dagger, forced to back away. Crisp watches his team die, can't get value out of the ult, so holds on to it. They do have 4 ults up at the moment, but with the time continuing to wind down, it's looking very dangerous for Nucleic here in Game 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing definitely a 4-man ult probably at the same time. They're probably going to leave with the Groot to bundle, go into the Moon Knight, and then end it with the Cloak. And here we go. Let's see.
The concern is the Luna ult. Frick has ult here. As the Cloak and Dagger ult comes out, Groot ult comes out, but they aren't going to stack everything onto it. Deadlock now, Final Judgment comes out, but it's inside of the Luna bubble, as Luna will be able to heal up just about everybody. The Doctor Strange sacks himself. Final Judgment comes out now from Millie's Punisher, kiting forward. Everybody has to hide. Amplifier comes out as the CYA trying to hold everybody's HP bar up, and despite the massive ult advantage, Team Nucleic kind of blunder their usages here. They have some players stuck in the side, and with only 15 seconds left and players getting staggered, I think that's the end of the round of the map.
Yeah, unless something can happen right now, they are in a stagnant state with 1 and 3 on the point. I just don't see it. A big hit comes off. We're going to see if they can get the point back. I just don't see it unless they can get a few kills here. They got to get Millie off.
Yeah, they're holding 5 players inside of the Luna ult. Cloak and Dagger lurking behind now. It is going to be the 5-man Agamotto from Gag again. Everybody being healed up by the Cloak and Dagger, but it's not an ultimate. 1 goes down, Magic gets 2, Gag gets 1, Monday gets 1. 5-4-0. Tiny Creeper last alive, invisible on point, trying to stall, goes down to Magic. Overtime ticks away, and 2-1. XoXo take map 2 and have a sudden match point.
Man, I gotta give it to, honestly, I have to give it to the Doctor Strange. Being able to hold your ult, knowing that I can pop it down and get kills, or I can stay back and secure the win. Because he could have popped that. Guy could have popped that probably about 30 seconds, 45 seconds before that and gotten kills. But he saved it because he knew time's running out. I need to keep my ult to be able to get the 5-man kill like he did. And it pretty much saved them from possibly going on to the next point and having an extended match.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Gag didn't get MVP. Millie, the match MVP, 39-8-2 with 33k damage done and 23k blocked. Gag Strange, 38 kills, 1 less, 7 deaths, 1 less, no assists, which is 2 less, but he had 31,000 damage, only 2k less than the Punisher, but 51,000 damage blocked. An absurd amount there, which is, of course, far more than the Punisher got. But regardless, Millie and Gag, both very stellar performances there. Of course, the 3 supports, White Magic, all a good standout game as well. But at the end of the day, 2-0 in favor of Team XoXo, and Nucleic, they're kind of crumbling here.
Yeah, Nucleic could be facing a 3-0 sweep like they did against UltraLight. But the thing is, what do? Do you change it up? What do you change here? They're going 2 tanks, 1 DPS, and 3 support. I think you should be going to a 2-2-2, play it safe, and try to get a pick, and then start changing your strat at this point. But what they're doing is not working, and they will definitely be probably talking it out before this next round starts to see what they need to do to change it up and succeed in this next map, which could potentially be their last of the series.
We're getting things set up for match 3. Definitely being a little bit scared here if you are on Team Nucleic supporter at the exact moment. As moving on, map 3, Convoy, Empire of Eternal Night on Midtown. What do you think we're going to see adjustment-wise?
Adjustment-wise, Midtown is definitely going to be one of the definitely one of the more closer range, but not super close. Like we saw before, I would say probably a big one is going to be Hawkeye and Black Widow being able to hold those long angles and being able to pick off or help their team lower the HP of those tanks and the healers without having to focus on them entirely.
As for the moment, getting into the potential last map of the tournament, we are going to bounce things over to a break. We'll be back after everything is solved out. Game number 3 on the way. And welcome back. Everything solved out. Map set Empire of Eternal Night, getting it changed over to comp, getting our bans available, and everything will be good to go here for game number 3. XoXo 2-0 lead at the exact moment, looking to close it out here on the Eternal Night, our newest Season 1 map, as we'll see if they're able to clutch it out, or if Nucleic are looking to get a little bit of a reverse sweep cooking, or at least the first steps to it, as we're making our way in Midtown Map 3, round 1 of bans. What do you think we're gonna see? There's a lot of characters that you'd like to ban that may get protected if you don't, so what is the most important thing for each team, you think?
I think the most important is getting Gag on Strange. He was doing very well, timing those Agamottos and keeping the fight alive and winning. I think keeping him alive, and I definitely think that they could possibly ban Punisher, even though it hurt Deadlock since that is his main that he's been going to. I think they're going to take it away just to detriment, or they might even take away the Black Panther. And there's Spider-Man being banned.
Yeah, so they are going to opt to take away Tiny Creeper Spider-Man once again. At this point, I don't think there's a world that they won't ban Spider-Man. I suppose if we go to Game 5 and they go down 0-2, that we'll have to take notes at that point. But Cloak and Dagger is an interesting one, considering they've been playing Magneto. I'm surprised to see that they're so against the Cloak and Dagger making its way in, but now we're on to protections. What do you need to save for either side?
I would say Doctor Strange is going to get saved, and we could even see, yep, I was about to say Luna, another great healer to be saved. And I could see the Cloak and Dagger because Monday had a lot, like almost had 40 to 50K healed in that last match. So they knew that was detrimental. And there's the Black Panther, probably for Tiny, or not for Tiny, for Millie, because they'll be able to get some flanks on this map for sure. There are a lot of alleyways to get into the main route. And I would say Millie will probably be going the Black Panther for this round.
Yeah, definitely a stable assumption considering the team who saved it. Winter Soldier is going to get banned away this time by the side of them once again. Deadlock going to be blocked away from picking it up this time. The sidelock ban going to be coming out this one.
Well, it looks like we're probably definitely going to see a Doctor Strange, maybe even probably a Magneto into change, but nope, the Gag did just hover over Doctor Strange, but of course, he's playing tricks with us, skimming through it. We have Millie on Black Panther, Monday on the Luna, which is not surprising. Squirrel Girl coming back, did make a lot of plays, White Magic did, we just didn't get to see him because, of course, Millie and the others were getting the kills, but White Magic did have a lot of good DPS with Squirrel Girl, so that would be nice to see. DK on the Gru and Tiny actually going the Punisher route while Deadlock goes into healer mode.
As getting on everything set up, Deadlock on the Luna, certainly an interesting one, but when you're playing tri-support, I suppose you're gonna have to. It's gonna be Tiny Creeper's Punisher mono DPSing.
Yeah, seeing Tiny in the past, playing as Spider-Man, I do think he has the capability to play a good Punisher. But the thing is it going to be better to take out Millie, or who are you going to focus with your turret? Or are you just going to spray into the wind and just try to get as much damage overall?
As we'll see what they opt for here as we get our way into map number 3. Again, if Team XoXo, currently on the attack, are able to win this map, the series is over. The competition is completed as we're getting it underway. We'll see who the first pick ends up going over to. Gotta keep an eye on Millie's Black Panther, certainly looking for weak players on the back line, but not able to find anything quite yet, as they are now Millie moving on over, trying to put some pressure down. They get him before he can kill anyone. Millie, the first blood, taken down as he attempts to kill several others, but for the moment, Deadlock backing away, healing everybody up from a range. Frick Frack pretty low on the Mantis, but gonna get out here as well as the first push kind of struggling here for the side of XO.
Yeah, and Tiny just focusing, getting down all those group barriers to make sure that he's not getting any life steal back from those walls is detrimental. And also taking on Millie one-on-one for the most part and trying to make sure that he is shutting them down and just trying to make sure he is getting as much damage to many people as possible so his team can come in and sweep up. Turret going up now and a line of sight straight onto the point. Couldn't ask for a better shot.
As, yeah, the Luna ult stacking on it now, trying to keep everybody up. DKO ults, 1, 2, 3 go down, as it will now be targeting over toward Gag's group, goes down, it's a 4th one, and that's a really, really clean, really quick fight. They only burn 2 ults, the Luna ult on defense, the Gru ult on offense, and that is a very cheap fight win for the side of for the side of Nucleic.
Yeah, and like, DK having the security to be able to go up and get those pops for his ult and being able to know my team's right behind me is great to know. And boom, we're back on it again with Tiny already having it back again for his turret.
As, yeah, ults are starting to come up now. 4 ults for the defenders right now, 4 for the attackers. Squirrel, some unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami stacking forward now, but not going to cause the most damage in the world. Luna Snow now going to come out. That's Mondays for the side of XoXo. CYA Amplifier comes out. Invisible Boundary comes out. Everything's stacking up right now as we're ult dumping everything we can. Mantis going to come out with an ult. 3 ults in active progress for the attacking XoXo, but Deadlock's Luna ult holding it all away. Lethal coming out now, or Final Judgment from the Punisher as everybody taking damage now. Tiny Creeper finds the first blood. Looney going to go down on the Invisible Woman. Now Gag goes down on the Strange as Hulk on the front line, tanking up quite a lot of damage, hopping back away. Is Heroish harassing the back line. 1v3, he was able to zone it on the Magneto there. Millie jumps forward, has to jump away almost immediately, and it is once again going incredibly well for the defensive Nucleic here.
Man, Nucleic being able to get those 3 ults popped off and not really lose anybody is huge. Now they have pretty much the ult advantage as Tiny Creeper, he's going to be getting his turret here in the next few seconds if he keeps hitting this damage. He's at 46%.
DKO hits a massive brutal on the back line, but Luna Snow Ult comes out and denies it. They end up just 4v1ing him in turn, as it will be the res coming out. He is BRB from the Rocket, able to bring Groot back into the combat as Luna Ult taking away the crisp Loki Ult in the form of the Luna Ult, holding onto it now. Both of them will come away. Millie and White Magic both picking up a kill in favor of the attacking XoXo, as we will see them continue to push forward. Crisp in danger now on the Loki. He's going to go down. Rick Frack getting that kill on the Mantis. First point going to get taken here. 30 seconds left on the clock. They generate up another 2.5, so 3 minutes standing for the second point here, as still the fight continuing forward. Hulk pushing in. Everybody in danger. Tiny Creeper going to go down, and this is pure offensive aggression from XoXo.
Yeah, that's just great bounce back. After losing that 3 ults, they were like, okay, we're not going in with ults, we're just going in with pure skill. And they're going in, picking them off, and not even like picking them off really. They're not even getting a whole lot of kills to make this push. They're just keeping the pressure forward and making them have to retreat or die. That's the main thing that XoXo is doing, and they are executing it great, especially with Millie on the Hulk. They can be aggressive as much as they want, especially whenever they Hulk out.
Yeah, continuing on this point, they are getting a lot of progress here, already halfway over this second point with more than 2 minutes on clock, as XoXo continues to push in. Hurricane comes out, Squirrel Tsunami comes out, Luna Snow comes out to counter it, as now will be the final judgment coming in from the Punisher. Everybody stacking inside of the Luna Snow ult. They know that they won't take enough damage to die here. Tiny Creeper now kills 1, kills 2, an awful Agamotto from Gag. Hits the button and immediately gets folded by the Punisher ult, and it's just never gonna land there. Goes for a very, very aggressive play, doesn't get it, loses his ult in the progress as his team gets picked off by the Groot. 90 seconds on the attack.
Yeah, that was not a bad play with the Storm. It just didn't connect. They couldn't get the DPS off, and with the healer being right there, Deadlock was able to keep his team alive. And now we just wait for Tiny Creeper ready to light it up, and he gets off the turret.
As we'll see the tanks pushing on forward for the attacking XoXo team here. Hulk and Doctor Strange pushing up as much as they can. Gamma Maelstrom causing a hell of a lot of damage in favor of the Doctor Strange, but it will be Luna Snow ult, Loki Luna Snow ult, as we'll see one for each team now. For the moment, Deadlock 60% on the real Luna Snow ult for the defensive side of Nucleic, as it will be Looney on the side with the team trying to push over. Hero Wish gets picked out. Groot solo tank for the immediate moment, as no Magneto rezzed out by the Rocket BRB. Looney goes down as Magneto rejoins the fight. DKO gets Magic, gets a 2 kill for them. 6v4 in favor of the defending Nucleic, as Gag trying to back away, as they will be joined by the tank Volt trying to hold the shield to get it, but it's gonna have to go down. Tiny Creeper kills out him as Gag goes down, staggers himself really. 20 seconds left on clock. They do have a Strange, so likely can try and go for a portal play. We'll see what they want to do. 15 on clock, and this could be a time for Nucleic to make their hold and try and get back into this set. Portal coming out, 8 seconds on the clock. They do have to make their move. Magneto, though, tries to cancel it. He can't quite get it now. Execution are going to come out from the side of Punisher. White Magic gets one, gets traded out. They are able to kill the Punisher, though, before the Luna ult comes out. It will be a little bit too slow by Deadlock to keep their team alive. Smile's going to get the kill onto Gag, as Luna kiting forward. The Luna Snow ult still helping quite a lot despite losing out on the Punisher, as Hulk jumping onto the back line now, trying to put some damage onto Groot. Loki clones holding everything alive. The defense is now losing progress of the bot. The point pushing slowly forward, is now more ults coming out. It's a Loki Luna Snow ult in favor of the defensive Nucleic, as it will be the Groot ult coming out, strangling Prison, holding on down. It's going to be 1 support, 2 support, Invisible Woman, Luna Snow, both added to the grave. Million, the Bruce Banner form in a lot of danger. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami trying to catch off, but it's going to get stuck for a little bit. Finally able to break free. Thor on the front side with Squirrel Girl, both going to get bled out, and Nucleic are able to defend here. 1 point and 125 meters in, and finally they have a chance to get their first map.
This is a very doable thing for Nucleic. Yeah, 4 minutes. Once you get that point, you can get halfway. Now, the thing is, though, we thought that before, and they got stopped pretty early on. So they need to make sure that they are uniform. Tiny, again, going back to the Punisher, he did great using the turret when he needed to. And honestly, Deadlock playing as Luna did honestly a very good job in this first round, looking at 16,000 healing along with Smiles and Chris around the 18,000. I think he's all around in a good zone right now. And we have Hero on Doctor Strange. So I do think we're going to be seeing some more Strange portals. I think Magneto's going to be off the board, and we're going to be looking at a Strange v Strange for the rest of this match.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely would not surprise me. We've seen Strange in very heavy dominance as DKO still going to hold the group, and it will still be just the solo tank coming out now for the currently defending XoXo, who, if they can have a better defense than Team Nucleic did, they can simply win it. We could be half a round or one round, half a map away from seeing the tournament come to an end, but Team Nucleic have the very clear toss ability, barely have to get 2/3 of the map in their hand, and they will be able to move themselves onto map 4, but everything lies in this attack here. Team Nucleic cannot fail.
Yeah, and as we see right off the bat, we're getting right into the action. And Deadlock just having to give all kinds of heals because they are just peppering up Hero with all of their might, but he will not go down.
As for the moment, Tiny Creeper will get the kill on Millie. Of course, the BRB going to bring him right back to life by the rocket. Luna on the backside, Deadlock healing everybody up as the tanks fight each other out for the moment. Punisher is unfortunately rejoined the dead pool, trying to get back as Doctor Strange is going to go down. Crisp going to get that one. That's the Loki for the attacking side of Team Nucleic now, and this push is going a lot cleaner right now for Nucleic than it did for the opposition. They got through this first corner, as we'll see how they hold on to it, if they can make that pace go the rest of this point. If they can, the map certainly in their hands. Unbeatable Swirl Tsunami comes out, but it's instantly broken as a Tiny Creeper on his turret, immediately broken away from him as pushing forward. They're in the final 5 meters, 4.14 is Heroish pushing in, takes down Gag. Tiny Creeper able to also work in it. Millie goes down, Magic goes down. The point taken here, but the fight not over, nor is the push. Crisp gets fricked. DKO gets Looney XO. Tiny Creeper takes Monday. It's a triple at the end of a fight. They have 3 on point for max speed, and XoXo potentially already considering their bans in map 4.
Man, yeah, they are just getting pushed back. It is like they're an unstoppable force, and they have a battering ram on the end of that point, and they're like, choo-choo, we're coming through. 4 ults ready to go. There is no way they don't get this here. They are only within less than 40 meters from where they were at last time.
Millie Black Panther has been selected on the backside of the fight. Now Groot ult on the front though, grabs 3, Strange holding them down. Luna ult comes out, stacking it in. This is a 1-fight territory winning site for the side of Team Nucleic, but the Moon Knight ult comes out. It kills Luna. Perfect Talon placement by the devs. They're able to get that one, pick up. Mantis ult comes out here. Luna ult on the other side as the defensive XoXo staying alive for the moment in the Luna. Eye of Agamotto comes out. They will get the stun over on to the side of Crisp's Mantis, and the Mantis in Loki ult. They will be able to stay safe there. Heroish takes down Millie, but not going to mean that much for the attacking side of Nucleic here.
Man, Nucleic so close, 109 to 125. They are less than 20 meters from winning this round. But what they need to do is focus on getting the Doctor Strange down for the defense, and then also focusing on their Luna to make sure that they can get these easy picks trying to win this round.
Moon Hand of Conchu comes out now. White Magic going to get the Eye of Agamotto on the aggressive end. Is Heroish not going to find that much going in aggro now. It is going to be the Tiny Creeper Punisher final judgment. Shooting down, trying to find anything. Black Panther too mobile. Doctor Strange just out of vision as both of them are behind at this point. Gag trying to get on point for healing, but nobody's looking his way. Millie on the backside takes down Tiny Creeper, now turns his attention to Deadlock. Trembling before Bast is the side of DKO and Deadlock as Millie continues the damage train onward. Rocket Raccoon, fantastic job of long range healing here. Mantis ult comes out from Frick Frack. 3 minutes, 10 seconds now. Luna ult coming out now from Deadlock as they move aggressively, but the Punisher holding on the back end. Unbeatable Scrolls Tsunami coming out here. Deadlock pushing forward. Heroish pushing forward. Smiles AFK gonna taken down. Crisp in danger. The healer, 1 dead, 1 separated, 1 active. Deadlock kills Frick Frack, but they have to be careful. The BP on point. Millie turning his pressure over to Tiny Creeper, who does get that kill. Now it's over to Crisp. Millie holding point very well at the moment. Luna Snow ult comes out. They get over to Millie, keeping him alive for the moment. Healing Dimension mentioned by the Loki, holds everybody up. Black Panther spinning around, kicking around, flipping around, damaging anything he can find. Rocket Raccoon, though, once again able to save Crisp from a certain death. Magic able to take down DKO, but gets rezzed up. White Magic now finds Heroish. Moon's Talon come out, Hand of Khonshu will secure the kill onto DKO as it's picked up by Frickfrack. And finally, they're going to back away. Nucleic 2:15 to make this play.
Man, they are so close, and they have not moved an inch. Freaking XoXo are turning up the notches, and they're like, we want to win this. We don't care how close you get. We will die before we let you get any closer. And I got to give credit to Frickfrack, Looney, and Monday. Their healing and being able to go from attacking to healing is splendid. They are doing great and having control over this.
As the Luna ult comes out now by Loki's Chris, as it will be holding them alive for the moment as they all push forward once again. Tiny Creeper's Punisher, the infinite punishment coming out by the Rocket enhancement. Hand of Khonshu for the third time this fight, or in this spot. DKO, though, gets one, gets two on the front line. Heroish going to take down Gag, as Nucleic now have the advantage here. Monday going to get targeted. They don't have any ults. Mantis ult in 3%. Frickfrack needs to get it, will get it, but now Deadlock's Luna ult comes out. Monday going to try and get up to the point, going to get into the Mantis ult. Now it is, keep in mind, 95% on Monday's Luna Snow ult. They're going to have that one, so the rest of the team catches up. Monday needs to get the ult, needs to get it, has it available now. We'll see when he decides to use it. Needs to ensure none of his team goes down here. Punishment comes out now. Final Judgment, Hand of Khonshu. Everything is stacking in. The Luna ult trying to keep everybody alive, and it's doing a good job while Millie harasses Tiny Creeper's Punisher ult. Gets back over to his Luna Snow now staying alive. They were able to get possession of the point with 1 minute on the clock, but if they can't get this in a minute, the tournament is over. XoXo has to hold this to close the series. Now Tiny Creeper gets one created for Heroish. Gag gonna get taken low. Monday gonna get taken out as more damage goes down. DKO down, Magic down, Deadlock down. Chaos here erupting. 3v3 at the moment. Looney XO gonna go down as it will be Frickfrack. Gag now trying to hold on. 1v3, flying around, flying up, flying over, flying down. He's gonna go out. Black Panther making his way over as
within 10 meters.
10 meters away, just in time though. Doctor Strange portal comes out. Monday gonna make his way back to the point now as they're trying to close the gap, trying to make it here. It will be one, it will be two. Khonshu hands comes in, not gonna get there in time. They got it! Magic so close to getting the touch in the final moments of the map. 19 seconds on a clock, one fight distance from a Nucleic, which is the real world, taking it, bringing us to map 4. XoXo were inches, a fight potentially under a meter if that Moon Knight touches, from forcing the series to end. But alas, we move on. 2-1 XO moving to map 4.
And yes, DK getting the MVP is definitely granted. Him getting all those ults, being able to grapple those people in. But at the same time, gotta give some credit to Deadlock and Tiny being able to switch it up, being like, hey, can I try your role? Yeah, I want to be able to do some other stuff. Let me heal for a minute. Let's switch it up. And they did it perfectly. It helped them in the end. Now, whether or not Tiny's going to stay in the Punisher role, we don't know. But I definitely see a lot changing in their tactics. So we will go into this next map and hope that things keep going as they are. Because as I'm seeing it, I'm seeing a 5-map play for the night.
As map 3, certainly a chaotic and close end in the final moments there, as it will be able to pick that one up very close. But again, Nucleic able to keep themselves alive after beating the TUA team in the quarters, the TUA team in the semis, finally trying to prove they can be anything unassociated with Haley Welch as they continue their campaign against XoXo. 2-1, and they're able to re-grab a hold.
Yep. And going into this next one, we're going into another Wakanda map. I do think we will definitely see Spider-Man is definitely going to get banned on this next map. It's a great map for him. I do think we're going to see a Strange ban. I do think he's a little overpowered, and I think Nucleic's going to bite the bullet and be like, we need to get him off the table, because Gag being able to hit these Agamottos at the perfect time is being so crucial. They're going to definitely take it off the play for this 4th round and really shake things up.
As, yeah, we've seen Tiny Creeper Spider-Man banned away at every turn, but there hasn't been really anything that I feel is a completely required first ban for the side of Nucleic. So we'll see if they do want to move over towards that side. I know they tried out the Cloak and Dagger that last game, which the Luna Snow I'll say it, I don't like Luna Snow being in games. Luna Snow pressing the anti-die button that even a Punisher ult can't really get through for like, what is it, 14 seconds or 12 seconds? I
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it's 14.
It
Yeah.
feels a bit outrageous. That's what
It's
I'll say.
been 84 years, as they say in the Titanic, with the Luna. But I honestly do think Luna's going to get nerfed in the next season. She is definitely overpowered. Um, but there's great healers. I would love to see a Jeff played, but with his recent nerf, it's going to be very hard to play him in a competitive state.
Ugh, as it will. Wait, recent nerf. What nerf are you talking about? Did I
No,
miss it?
I'm just, the nerf of the love from the
Okay,
community.
okay. Hold on.
No.
They have a mid-season patch that didn't have the thing in it.
Listen, that shark has a lot of love in this community. I know a lot of people want to curb stomp him, but man, I just want to hug him. All he wants to do is go swimming in the swimming pool.
As a Jeff player myself, I feel like Jeff is really only playable as a flex support in tri-support comps. I feel like he just doesn't really have enough for a lot of dual support comps when compared to other characters like Luna or a Cloak or a Loki, especially since he doesn't have a defensive ult and his healing is countered by Groot very heavily.
Yes, I agree. Sadly, there are a lot of downsides with Jeff. Yes, you have his ult, which you can spin people off the edge. But really, in a competitive state, you're gonna get killed before you do that because it's not gonna be going against like really low tier players like you would in normal games and stuff. You're going against some pretty high tier players here, and I think that they need to do some sort of buff to help Jeff have more, and not just Jeff, but like there's a lot of other characters we don't see a whole lot of in these matches, and I would just love to see a lot more boosted things for the next season. But also Luna for sure definitely needs to be nerfed a little bit. Maybe knock it down to maybe 10 seconds, maybe even 9, not a whole lot, but like 14's a little crazy.
As we prepare ourselves for map 4, any final predictions as we make our way on into the champion selection here in a moment?
I definitely see a chance of seeing a Bucky in play. I do think the bans are going to go away from him. I do think that there could be a strange ban. Possibly they might just ban the Luna because Deadlock did a great job on Luna, as did Monday. So they might ban that. I'd say probably Nucleic may be the ones to ban. But as for saves, they might save the Luna or they're gonna save the Magneto.
As we'll see it which way they want to go. I'd have to anticipate the first ban isn't going to change off of the Spider-Man. I think that game is close enough for XoXo that you feel like altering off of that Spider-Man ban is just certainly unneeded for the current state of the Union. As we'll see what everybody else wants to go with. The first ban for the side of Nucleic, there's a lot of options we've talked about, right? They can ban the Cloak and Dagger again. They can ban this Doctor Strange that has been pesky every game to them. They can take rid of the Luna if that's something that they don't want in the game. There's a couple DPS options, your Black Panthers, your other options that we've seen harassing them game in, game out. But we'll see what they want to go with. Spider-Man banned by XoXo, and it will be the Cloak and Dagger. I don't know why they're banning Cloak and Dagger if they're going to play Magneto, but one way or another, they don't want it in the game.
Well, the Cloak and Dagger heals are crazy. Monday did a great job going in and out, using the abilities to the fullest extent. I think they're afraid of Monday being on the Cloak and Dagger because on the very first map, they were playing great. And of course, we have the Luna saved for Deadlock, or might even be Heroish playing on the Luna. Oh, not Heroish playing on Luna, but you know what I mean. And of course, you have the Black Panthers there for Millie.
As we'll see which way it goes. They are going to go ahead and ban the Winter Soldier. I expected it with the pace of the draft at this point. Winter Soldier banned, and at this point, I feel like I'd expect to see maybe that Hulk ban, maybe that Strange ban, as we'll see what they want to go with. There are some other options aside from just those two tanks. Again, there's always a pesky DPS or a pesky support that you could just say, I don't want them to play and get rid of it. And it is going to be the Psylocke this time. So yeah, they could opt for one of those team-determining characters on the front line, or just a simple backline flanker, but already White Magic Star-Lord lock-in.
Oh yeah, here we go. We're going to get into it now. And of course, you got Millie on the Black Panther gag, playing with it, but we know what you're going to... Oh, he switches up, going to Penny Parker. This is going to be a lot of fun. Penny's a very fun thing to play. Heroish probably going, yep, into the Thor God of Thunder.
As yeah, I am interested to see the Thor is solo, no match or no team up partnerships there, but of course not the most needed thing in the world. One thing I'm interested in, I'm not sure if it's something that they just want for their comp with the Star-Lord Black Panther, if it's a player pool thing or what it is, but I am interested in Frick sticking to this Mantis as opposed to one of the other options. Of course, Loki, notably what Crisp has been playing, able to get an extra Luna Snow ult, which is the best thing you can ask for in an ultimate, but regardless, they're going to hold on to that Mantis. We're going to see a similar set of compositions. It's 2-1-3 for Nucleic. It's 2-2-2 for their opposition, and we'll see which side can take it out as... No, it's not 2-1. It's not 2-2-2. It's 1-2-3 there on the side of XoXo. So similar, but yet disproportionate comps.
Yes, and we also have Smiles going the good old rocket right next to... right off the bat to help give all those boosts. So I wouldn't be surprised if, yep, he has his turret ready to go, aiming right at that door.
As they will continue to spray forward as much damage as they can, as it will be a bit of a sideways address angle here coming out from the side of non-punishing, as they will back away for the moment. Hero is pushing in though, trying to get over toward Monday, dealing damage on the backline. Frick putting a bit more damage into him. Tiny Creeper though, gonna get that kill onto White Magic as Millie trades out Deadlock. 1-for-1 there. We'll see if either of them, notably the Star-Lord, end up making a alternate cool decision, but no, just gonna hold on to the Star-Lord, head back in as the point breaks it down. Doctor Strange gonna get back up, but Millie 1v1's Tiny Creeper on the top rope as he's gonna jump back down, take down some Loki clones, help his team back out on the front line as he's back over on the side of Crisp as DKO is gonna go down here. Deadlock and Smiles having to back away, but Loki goes down here as first possession already over to the side of XoXo. And remember, last time they played this game mode, they 2-0'd it pretty clean.
Yes, they did. And as you can see, they're going to go ahead and get the point 10%. And honestly, God, Millie getting these flanks on the healers needs to be stopped. If you can't stop Millie, you're not going to get heals.
As we'll see the side of Nucleic pushing up top. DKO takes down White Magic. Star-Lord, who does have that ultimate available on reset, but for the moment it will be pushing in. Now Loki's gonna take the Luna Snow ult and go in. Now it's a counter Luna Snow ult from Monday, but remember, Deadlock has not used his Luna Snow ult. They have another 12 seconds after these end. Chris holding forward, they're trying to get damage done. Now Deadlock's ult comes out. Eye of Agamotto ultimates immediately are used, but the blunder, they didn't know it was the other Luna Snow ult. White Magic still able to find good success, takes down 2 on the side. Tiny Creeper and Smiles are gonna go down. Deadlock's ult ends, and regardless of the double Luna, they're able to make it happen. Gag as Millie taking 2, then Frick gets 1, Gang gets another, and it's 60% to 0 Nucleic. They gotta figure this game mode out before they lose in 140%.
I got to give credit to Magic. Instead of focusing on the big group that had the 2 Luna Snows, they went for the side and got the 2 people straying off to the side, trying to get the flank onto the point. That's great situational awareness and being able to know that, okay, my team's got this side. I'm going to take care of these 2 so we don't get flanked and lose the point.
As Tiny Creeper swaps over to Namor, still about 56% charge up onto that ultimate now as the rest of the team regrouping up once again as they're trying to push their way out. Bast racing them with the victory as they charge forward. Eye of Agamotto makes a play on the backside. White Magic kills out Heroish, who tries to go for something but ends up lost in no man's land as the rest of the team trying to break out. 99%, they are able to touch the point contested now. Smiles on the back line, gonna go down. Chris has to get to the team, but Invisible Woman ult comes out. Chris able to take down White Magic, gets over to the healing, but is now gonna go down. Trying to stay alive. DKO on point. Invisible ult holding them down. Tiny Creeper moving in on the Namor. DKO gonna go down on the point. Groot is gone, and with nobody here to contest but the dead Doctor Strange, it doesn't look like there's a chance for Doctor Strange portal coming out. So I forget, Smiles and Crisp are both able to make it on point. Smiles goes down. Crisp tries to hide in, as I don't know that I agree with the Galactic Legend in a 6v1. But regardless, it is going to be used. They are going to get the kill, and they are going to grab the Imperial Institute of Science as we make our way to Warrior Falls for potentially the final round of tournament play.
Yes, and that play was like there was a grass. They're like, man, we gotta reach, we gotta go for it, and it just fell. They could not get the people grouped up ready to go, and that's been kind of Nucleic's problem. They've not been grouping up at the right times, and they've been kind of rushing their executes. I know you're on a time limit, but you gotta take the time to get the group up. If you don't get the group up, you're not gonna be able to win those 3v6s, 2v6s. You need to get to like 5v6, 4v6, just because that one or two person more is just a little bit more damage you're getting off. So now we're going to be having a race to the point in the next 8 seconds, and they need to definitely be the first ones on the point. Don't be trying to get any flanks. They need to just focus on getting Milia on the backside and trying to take out Monday. Monday's being the main healer right now.
As ultimates are online, Namor and Groot have theirs. Deadlock and Crisp 80 to 90 on the other side.
Oh, and the surprise attack!
It's going to be an Agamotto coming out, but it ends up going for very poorly. This is awfully atrocious for them. Namor ult stacks in, and I really like the play design from the side of XoXo. Unfortunately, it went absolutely awful. Before they hit the ground, 2 of them were dead. The Strange Portal hit literally nothing. They got 4-man Groot ulted under a Namor ult. I mean, that just couldn't have ended worse for them.
That was a great play. I would have never expected that early aggression. They were probably thinking, hey, let's catch them with their pants down. They're already frustrated. We're about to win this map. Let's take it to them. And it sadly crumbled. And it's going to be very detrimental. That could have cost them the first very valuable percentage of the point.
Yeah, 25% is the fight. He breaks out Monday. Luna Snow comes out. Deadlock and Chris both have theirs, but they're still losing players here. Luna Snow now is going to go ahead and commit that ultimate, as we will see everybody borderline standing here, tanking damage up for fun, farming whatever ults they can. Groot trying to wall up again. Chris can go into the Luna Snow for the next ult. Smiles, though, on the backside is going to go down. We'll see what they choose to do. Galactic Legend comes out. Loki not going into the ult. It looks like they're just choosing to accept the fate here. Ults are getting dumped against them. DKO trades 1. Almost gets 2 there. Unfortunately, is going to go down in the corner. 30% for Nucleic, 25% and counting for XO.
Man, and that was great rebound from XoXo, being able to come back from that and retake the site with ease. Now they just got to hold them back and hopefully just let that timer go. You got 60% left to go. Try to get the point, but the Luna goes off from Crisp.
As we'll see them pushing forward. I feel it may have been a little bit early to pop on the fate of both worlds, but regardless, we'll see now Millie on the backside looking for whatever they can. Deadlock may be caught off here, but no. Invisible Woman ult now going to come out from Smiles as the Luna ult ends. Eye of Agamotto gets 3 in the ult, but the Invisible Woman healing, it's too much to deal with. As a Galactic Legend, White Magic, no support ults to counter it. Gets down with Smiles. Frick Frack picks that kill up as he's getting targeted in the air. Is going to get the healing. Now everybody is looking up. Miley takes 1. Gag takes 1, then he gets another Millie double with the Bast ult. Black Panther comes up huge with Best's descent, 75%, and it could be one more fight for XO.
Man, they've got to win this next team fight. They don't have any time. 80% left. You have 20%. It's about 15 seconds. You have to get on this point now. You can't be back in your spawn. You got to push. Whether you die trying or not, you got to be picking off these people and getting on the site. Here we go. 90% left. Is this match going to be over now?
Venom swap coming out for DKO. Now they have a Magneto, they have a Black Panther, they have a Mantis. We'll see how the fight goes for them, pushing onto point. The most people are taking damage now. Venom onto the back line, diving in. It will be an early death for Tiny Creeper. Deadlock is low, DKO is low. Deadlock goes down to the White Magic Star-Lord Rocket Propulsion Blaster Barrage. Venom going up into the air. Hero Wish goes down, Crisp goes down. It's a 2v6. Smiles trying to keep Venom alive, but 1 goes down, 2 goes down, and Team XoXo will stop the Black Panther till Tiny Creeper clean the map 2-0, clean the series 3-1, and XoXo are your champions in the UltraLight Ascension Marvel Rivals competition.
They came in to the finals knowing that, man, they have Grandmasters. They were wiping the floor 3-0, and they're like, man, we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to win this with all of our might and have fun.
Oh, if only their team name was XoXo TheRivalTuah, the concept of the final score could have gone a bit different, but Regardless, it will be a clean series 3-1, not quite a sweep, of course, but still very solid, dominant performance there by the side of XoXo as they move forward and claim victory here. As for the moment, we're going to bounce things over. Very short break, 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll be back in just a second with Millie from the Victorious. Oh, no break. Millie is here. Millie, welcome. How's it going? How are you feeling after that very nice finals victory?
Pretty good, pretty good. It was, it was a bit of a challenge, but we overcame it.
Billy, I got one question to ask. Every time you were flanking, did you not fear that you'd be walking into a 1v4 scenario? Or did you just know that they were leaving themselves open?
I kind of picked that their supports don't watch behind them, so I just kept flanking, going in at the right time, and it worked out.
Would you say it's a common trait of a lot of the supports here? You've been having some nice Black Panther and Psylocke successes throughout the competition. Do you feel a lot of people maybe don't watch their backs?
Yeah, I would say so. No one really peels their supports, but, make use of that.
So yeah, what were you guys thinking going into that game? Nucleic coming off of multiple sweeps in a row. Of course, you guys by no means slacking in your own results, but is this kind of the result you guys were anticipating coming in, or think it'd be harder, easier, different score?
I mean, at the start, yeah, but then, or after our first game, Nucleic kind of rolled us, so we were kind of worried, but we slowly built up our confidence game after game.
That's
So,
great to hear.
yeah.
Now,
Go ahead.
when will we see the 6-man Jeff stack in a match?
Maybe soon, maybe next tournament.
It's great
We'll
to
pull
hear.
out the 6 Jeffs.
Unlock the hero limit. Everybody has to
Yep.
play 6 of the same character.
We're all gonna ult at the same time.
I
Yep.
do want to ask one last question. If you had to give an MVP to somebody on your team besides from yourself, who are you giving it to and why?
I would give it to our solo tank Gag. Just his consistency was there like the whole series, every game,
Absolute
and he was
beast on
willing
the
to
Doctor
adapt.
Strange.
Yeah,
All
100%.
right. Well, congratulations to you and the team, Millie. Won't hold on to you for too long. We'll let you get back and celebrate. But again, congrats, of course, on a successful tournament overall.
Yep, thank you.
As heading things back, Spaz, any other notes?
No, other than that, I agree. Gag had a great game.
Yeah.
Being able to stay composed and pretty much take on the tank, like he said, solo tanking, but he did phenomenal. So I can't wait to see the next time they come around. Hopefully, we'll see them again. And honestly, I think that was a great way to end it. Underdogs taking on the fight and winning.
As you mentioned, I mean, we were talking about maybe even having to start banning his Doctor Strange because of the absolute dominance that he was showing, but I don't know that we have anything else lined up for the moment. Has any final notes overall on the whole day, on the whole event, Spaz?
I think honestly, throughout all these matches, I came in during the semis, but I think everybody did a great job today. A lot of things to be learned. I think that going into these later tournaments, I think a lot of people are going to take this in, learn from it, find new team ups that we've never seen before, find new strats. And I'm really eager to see how the season goes on and seeing how people pulsate through all this time and be able to find out things that we didn't think we could before.
Definitely interesting as well to kind of see the evolution of, I don't really want to say meta, because I'm not sure that we ever did fully find the most efficient tactic available, but seeing the comps that people are running, the bans that people are getting concerned about over time, which obviously changes per team and per player, but it's definitely interesting to see the overall development and trend of, at the start, we saw a lot of Penny, we saw a couple of straight series with the Penny, then we shifted over, Magneto, Strange making appearances almost every game. It was very interesting, especially on today, throughout the bracket. Interesting to see the development overall.
Yep.
Is anything else? Do we have any? Alrighty, well, thank you, of course, everybody in chat in the competition for joining us here in the UltraLight Ascension competition for Marvel Rivals. I've been Colonel Cast, joined by Spaz and all of our other fantastic members of production on the casting and production crew. Of course, if you're interested in more tournaments, hop in the UltraLight Discord. Announcements will get made when there's information available, but for the moment, thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Colonel, that's Spaz. Hope to see you next time.
Have a great night.